Alright. I've been putting this one off for way too long. I just need to go through and go in it. Alright. I might need a break after this. After this chapter. I'll try and be as upbeat as possible. Well, look at this. Fresh meat. Pretty damn young and tender at that. You got a name, kid? You must have done something pretty bad to get banged up in the slammer with us. Care to tell us tell us about it, new kid? Probably wondering how I got here. Let's go back to the beginning. Take your seats, everyone. As you all know, this is the last day of school, so there are some things we like to discuss before you head home for the holidays. Huh? How come we've got Mr. Ch.10 and Mr. Ch.10 today? Yeah, where's Mr. Mononobe? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen him all day. Hey, Teach, what gives? Mr. Mononobe is taking a leave of absence. So we'll be taking over his duties for a while. But don't worry, he'll be back before you know it. So that means... Mr. Ch.10, wait! Huh? What's wrong, Brandon? Are you sure nothing's happened to him? Is Mr. Mononobe really coming back? How do you know something about... moment, Mr. Ch.10? Mr. Ch.10, of course. I'm afraid we cannot tell you any more than we already have. However, there is no cause for concern. I have every confidence that Mr. Mononobe will return to Shinjuku Academy in due time. I assure you, he will be back in the front of that blackboard again very soon. In the meantime, the best thing you can do is to continue your studies as normal. Can you do that for me? Oh, Solomon, I need you. Hey, he's in full now. Oh! Well, if it isn't my master, you need something from good old me? Hope your search went better than mine. Not a hair, not a whisper, not even a tiniest sniff. Father's nowhere near the school. I don't think he's even in Shinjuku. You don't think he hasn't really gone and left this poor little Solomon all alone, has he? Your father, huh? Master, just so you know, I didn't want to keep all this a secret from you. But if it weren't for Father, you never would have even met your favorite fluffy little level 3 detective, Master. Father was the one who told me I needed to serve you and led me to you that day in Shinjuku Central Park. He's the whole reason I even call you Master. He must have had a good reason for what he did. I'd stake my butler diploma on it. You don't know how many times I saw him go out of his way to help others. You've gotta believe in him, Master. I'm begging you.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it, to be honest. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Don't worry. I know. If you hadn't been there to help me, who knows what could have happened.
Oh, Master!
I don't know why he kept these secrets. I'm sure we'll get to that in time. First, let's find our teacher.
Roger that, Master! Your faithful butler's right behind you!
If only we had some clues. Maybe he left something for us. How did you used to contact him?
The ring would always tell me exactly where her father was, 24/7. Until now.
Oh yeah, that's right. I found this in the old school building. The day we were reunited.
That ring! It used to belong to Father! Although just why you have it now is a total mystery. This is too much for your poor little butler's brain, Master.
Just like yours. It looks just like yours. You know, the one on your horn.
Sure does. That's because they're the same. The one you're wearing is the one from your world, Master. This one is a little bit like the shadow that yours cast on my world. There are two rings set. Mine always knows what yours is, so I can buttle straight to you no matter where you are.
That's not a capital S shadow, is it?
Now that Father's giving it up, I can't use it to tell where he is anymore. Why, Father? Why didn't you use it to tell your lovable little Solomon anything?
Can't do much without any clues. Maybe someone saw whatever happened. Though I think we have other problems.
You hear that, Master? You got an app mail.
This is from Shiro. Let's head to the safe house. Must be news from the front lines. Welcome back. It's nice to see you, Brandon. Nice to see you too, Shiro. Where's everyone else? The others have been dispatched to Ikebukuro, Aoyama, and Roppongi to help the other guilds weather the onslaught. Kingo and Moritaka are aiding the berserkers, and the rest are split between missionaries and the tycoons. It's only the two of us. Sorry, I mean the three of us left. Biological scan complete. Probability of falsification 0.2%. Identity confirmed. Greetings, Guildmaster. Doing okay, R19? Gotten used to the place yet? Affirmative. Accommodation quality is adequate. Self-repair status proceeding without incident. Conclusion, I am satisfied. You're certainly looking in better shape than when Kingo and I first brought you here. And to be honest, I'm glad we did. I'll explain later, but we really have been at a loss if you hadn't come along. The Outlaws wanted you to come with us, right? It was what Tsukiyomi and Suzuka. It was Tsukiyomi and Suzuka, wasn't it? Affirmative. I am reconnaissance unit from Utopia. Prime directive. Collecting data from sites of battle across Tokyo. But a setback occurred. Apprehension and incarceration by another faction. Completing my objective became impossible. You were captured? What on earth? Through the intervention of an unknown benefactor, I escaped the confinement and sought refuge in Kabukicho. He was then asked to come with us by Tsukiyomi, acting guildmaster of the Outlaws. And so, here we are. So the Outlaws took you in. And then they just gave you away. Something's not right here. I concur. The outlaws can be insular at times, but turning away somebody with nowhere to go would violate their principles. Usually, I would expect them to harbor someone like R-19 in their headquarters. However, with the benefit of hindsight, it seems our friend here left Kabukicho just in time. Huh? Wait, what do you mean? What's happening in Kabukicho? The Berserkers have requested a video conference with us to discuss this very topic. R-19, could you bring it up? Just the same as always. Understood. Establishing connection to Ikebukuro. Connection established. Deploying projector. Huh. Glad you guys are alright. Hey, it's working! Wish my arm did that. Apparently, R-19's body comes fully equipped with an internal power generator and communication device. You're going to be an invaluable ally, R-19. We're lucky to have you. Response. I am pleased that my functionality is of service to you, Shiro.
Let us begin our summit. Our dear gladiator, please forgive us for eschewing a direct meeting. With circumstances being what they are, we cannot afford to reveal our exact location. We hope you understand. I'm just glad to see you're safe. Let's get started. All ready, Shiro? Yes. Claude, Snow, let's begin. First, allow us to explain the Berserkers' current situation. We have been under attack by an unknown guild for several days and are currently lying low in Ikebukuro Labyrinth. At present, we cannot even contact our rankers, the backbone of our guild. We've been receiving similar reports from the missionaries and the tycoons. It seems the situation is bad everywhere. Our chain of command is in tatters, I fear. And now we are being picked off one by one. I have some important information to share on that point. It appears that the Kabukicho outlaws' portals and safe houses have been systematically raided by the police. While a small number of guild members have escaped and gone into hiding, many have been apprehended and detained. Is that so? The outlaws too have been in quite a similar predicament as of late, it seems. You mean about the police raids? You've been raided too? My sources tell me that the missionaries and tycoons have met near identical fates. The charitable non-profits that back the missionaries have been hit with spontaneous inspections from the Metropolitan Police and the Public Prosecutor's Office. Damn. As have corporations all across Roppongi with ties to the tycoons. The timing matches almost perfectly. In all cases, the police apprehended and detained a portion of the staff on clearly spurious charges. All of the guild's inquiries about their missing members are being stonewalled, I assume. Correct. I see that you have experienced this firsthand as well. What a mess. Forget about guild battles. At this rate, the guilds themselves will collapse. We will speak frankly. With the exception of the summoners, this offensive has severely crippled every guild in the city. We've been spared. Are they really avoiding us? That would seem to be the case. For some reason, the summoners and our portal haven't been touched at all. It's quite peculiar. That's the sole reason we've been able to spare Kengo and Moritaka to help at your end. Furthermore, it's become apparent that wherever either of them goes, the police pull out. This seems to confirm my hypothesis that the aggressors are deliberately avoiding contact with our guild in particular. At first, I suspected some kind of ploy to lull us into a false sense of security, but there's no longer any room for doubt. We recall our enemy describing our dear warrior as the ultimate prize in this battle, consuming Tokyo. This belief is likely connected to their avoiding interfering with the summoners. And so we propose that this constitutes a weakness that is ripe for exploitation. It's really the only card we can play. Now that we know where our foe will and now that we know where our foe will not and cannot strike, the best course of action would be to use that knowledge against them. Dangerous, perhaps, but a faint heart never won, fair gladiator. We don't even know where they are. How can we bring the fight to them? A fine point, dear warrior. Our enemies conceal themselves and slip through our net like mist. We are in no position to go on the offensive, especially while Amaterasu and Michael still guard the location of their portals. Or at least, we weren't until several days ago. Huh? You mean the incident in Kamata? That's right. To sum up, the crafters were attacked by a mysterious band of luchadors commanded by a transient named Hombre Tigre. These aggressors identified themselves as members of a guild called the Warmongers. Finally, this Hombre Tigre gave his orders under the control of Tezcatlipoca, a world representative. Aren't we correct so far, Brandon? They didn't exactly hide their identity. Kinda makes me wonder if it's a trick. Worry not, dear warrior. The Warmongers certainly exist, although they carefully kept the location of their inner circle a secret. However, just one face or one name could provide us with the opening we need to strike. Our foe may be cautious, but Tokyo is vast. They cannot possibly erase every trace of their presence. Accordingly, we have gathered all possible data from every security camera and information network in the city, then cross-referenced it with what we know of Tezcatlipoca. And it's paid off. Finally, we have a lead. How'd you manage that? That's a huge amount of data. You should thank R19. See? Invaluable, just like I told you. Affirmative. Cyborgs such as I are optimal for such operations. Okay, that's super cool. Thanks to R19's efforts, we have finally located one of the leaders of the Warmongers. We have discovered that Tezcatlipoca resides in Nerima Ward. Nerima, huh? That's at the very west of Tokyo, right? Something special there? Perhaps you are unaware, but Nerima Ward was once the site of a correctional facility designed specifically for transients. This site has recently been rebuilt and now performs its grim task once more. It's both a prison where warriors from other guilds are incarcerated without trial. And an educational facility where inmates are forcibly transferred and re-educated as soldiers. It's called Penetentia Academy. How aptly named. How is that allowed? You are correct. It is highly unusual. And yet, from what I can gather, that's what is happening. A question for you. Who has the authority to issue arrest warrants in Tokyo? The answer is the Metropolitan Police, the Public Prosecutor's Office, and the so-called Special Judicial Constabulary. Those exact organizations have been conducting raids against the Ikebukuro, Aoyama, and Roppongi guilds. I was astonished as you are, but Claude and Snow are experts in this field, and the evidence seems to support their theories. Of course, most Tokyoites will be blissfully unaware that this is happening. Zero to pissed in an instant, in like 20 minutes.
They certainly have talent. In recent days, most police and PPO branches have been closed, and a slew of new ones established. And what do you suppose connects the individuals making up the new administration? You can't be serious. All three branches of Tokyo's government are now firmly under control of the three true guilds. If only that were the end of it. The military, police force, and even Tokyo's underground terrorist factions have all fallen. In one fell swoop, these pretenders have split the city in three, each ruling its own share. Students from all across Tokyo are being detained in Penetentia Academy and re-educated as soldiers. Even our rankers have not escaped their clutches. Keep it calm. How could the police do that? I won't let them get away with this. As foolish as I am going to say this, the police can't be all bad. There has been, of course, resistance from various factions within these organizations. However, from what we hear, those responsible have been stripped of their authority, or else mysteriously disappeared. We should hardly be surprised. The enemy does possess knowledge from previous loops. With access to such information, it's mere child's play to predict who might act and when. It was the same for R-19 too. He was captured and was lucky enough to make an escape in the nick of time. Affirmative. My successful escape was only possible through the aid of my benefactor. So they've got the berserkers. What about the outlaws and the rest? These images detail personnel sighted in the vicinity of the police station we believe to be compromised. It is likely they have been apprehended and incarcerated already, although we cannot say where. Berserkers. Is that Patham and Bullets? There's Invari too, and the rest! And there's the outlaws too. They got them too? Tetsuya, please be okay. And finally, no. What? No. Wait, is this? Look, Brandon, it's... Reflection makes it hard to tell. But it looks like Mononobe. What is he doing mixed up in all this? If you are wondering what the worst case scenario is, you are looking at it. Our backs are firmly against the wall. However, we have a trump card up our sleeve. A joker, if you will. An ace in the hole. An individual we know our enemy cannot possibly harm no matter how fiercely they rage. Let's say we take our chance to land a blow on them, proud and regal like the conquerors we are. Our foe has had enough fun at our expense. It is time to bloody their nose a little. Wait a minute. You can't be serious. Oh, but we are. We intend to launch an assault upon the Metropolitan Police. Oh, yeah, that one pisses me off already. Zeroed? Oh, I need a massive break off that one. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to talk about it. Like, it's a personal thing for me. Let's continue. Oh, I don't get... I'm by myself, huh? Alright. I don't even get to... You don't even allow me to adjust my... You don't even allow me to adjust my AR. Oh. Get off. Wait, this began in 1999. Like, we have a freaking date. What is this place? Hey, where are you taking us? What the hell is going on here? Officer, explain yourself! Weren't you supposed to be taking us to see Coach Avarga? You show up at your yogi telling us he's urgently need to see us, but the moment we get in the police car, you jump us! Taurus Mask of the Berserkers, was it? Well, no worries. You'll see your coach soon enough. Taurus Mask! How did you know I'm... Wait, what are you? I know you very well, Taurus Mask. More than you know yourself, even. What are you? Come, Taurus Mask. Remember the myriad of foolish wars we fought, where friend slew friend upon the streets of Tokyo. No! Let me... What is this? There's something flowing into my head! That's how they fucking do it. Now the Berserkers. With 50% of the rankers assimilated into our ranks, their dissolution is all but assured. Superintendent Daikoku reports that the drive to bolster our depleted forces is also proceeding smoothly. How goes the training for our current batch of notable recruits, Yasuyori?
Thank you, Counselor Tanatomo Inusaka. I, Sergeant Yasuyori Inuta, hereby present my report.
So, in short, all is proceeding according to plan. Well, we should hardly be surprised. We already know every move our foes could possibly think of while they remain ignorant of even our existence. Playing poker when you know your opponent's hand is not a challenge, but merely a formality. As long as we three true guilds continue to monopolize knowledge of past loops, our only obstacles are each other. My strategic prowess as the wise one will help guide us to victory against the invaders.
I have faith in you, Counselor. It is not for a foolish soldier to question their superiors. I know full well what follows when I act of my own accord. This wretched battlefront is the only fitting place for a monster like me. Damn it, Yasuyori. I no longer have any right to set foot in your Yogi Academy.
You needn't say more, Yasuyori. I feel your pain as though it were my own. With my own hands, I plucked the lives of the traitors who slew my lord, and so was the cause of justice served. However, righteousness will not bring back the dead. My hands are stained as crimson as yours, Yasuyori. I know your pain well, and your emptiness too. We have sullied ourselves with mortal sin. Now we are sinners to the grave, doomed to writhe vainly in the torment of living.
This is painful for a much different reason for me. Tanatomo, I mean Counselor, my deepest apologies. Please excuse my discourtesy.
You need not concern yourself with formalities, Yasuyori. Call me by name, I pray. And if in my words should spy a hint of falsehood, then please, by name of Tanatomo Inusaka. I beg you, run me through and put an end to this.
Wherever you go, I will follow, Counselor Inusaka. I have no intention of allowing you to dirty your hands alone.
I thank you, Yasuyori. Now, let us speak of this business of dirtying our hands. If they follow the same patterns as in past loops, the summoners should soon begin to make their moves. I believe that we can leave the matter of their guild master to our commander. However, dealing with Moritaka Shino Inuzuka and Tanatomo Dosetsu Inuyama falls to us.
As you command, Counselor Inusaka.
Inuzuka, I will leave to you. We interact too poorly. I doubt it would be possible for me to defeat him. I, meanwhile, will be the one to face Inuyama. I believe you would fare poorly against him for similar reasons. Although I cannot imagine I have much to fear from our failed ninja. After all, he is yet to slay even one of his lord's killers. Now, to work. Superintendent Daikoku should be arriving from Shinjuku shortly with our next batch of new recruits. Quantity is all well and good, but we should not neglect to cultivate their quality as well. I leave them to you, Yasuyori. I trust that you will raise them into warriors worthy of joining our ranks. Okay, I'd never seen this. I never seen this background. I have never seen this background.
I can't move! Superintendent Daikoku, what is the meaning of this?
I must say, I'm very disappointed in you, officers. And in you, most of all, Tajikara. Should this have been so easy? I expect all agents of the law to remain vigilant at all times, and yet the promise of a work dinner was all it took for you to drop your guards. Worry not, for your loss will not mean fewer police officers on the streets. Your replacements have already been chosen.
Another me! I must be seeing things!
From now on, these shadows will take over your duties. All is in service to the cause of the Warmongers and our world representative, Mahakala.
You still got a lot to learn, kid. You fell for that one, hook, line, and sinker. Things sure are moving quick this time around. Better settle in for the long haul, or I'm gonna be. Well now, I spy with my little eye.
Status update. We have arrived at our destination, Shiro. So I see from your optic data. Stellar work, Art-19.
Now then, let us teach these warmongers a lesson or two. Whoa there, hold your horses! This is suicide! How come R19's here anyway?
My current prime directive is the collection of data from the city's most hazardous locations. Conclusion, our interests align. Accompanying you is the optimal course of action.
What is the matter, dear gladiator? Does something give you pause?
What about the officers inside?
I'm gonna end up on a wanted poster!
We see. If those are your fears, you may put them to rest. Huh? What do you mean?
Almost all of the officers in that building have long been replaced by imposters.
You mean they're fakes?
Claude hit this one on the head, Master. Remember those shadows you fought in Kabukicho? Well, those officers are just the same. They're pieces of someone's memory. I can spot them anywhere, Master. I'm just the same.
So what happened to the real ones?
What have the Warmongers done with them?
Do you not remember your battle against their vanguard in Kamata, dear warrior? Recall their purpose there. Recall what they sought to achieve.
Bastards.
Try to control us through memories of previous loops. Indeed, What do you suppose it would do to someone to recall that once they fought to the death with their dearest friends? The trauma soldiers are subjected to during warfare is so great that many never successfully readjust to normalcy. Some eventually return to military service, but those who fail to find a place for themselves often meet tragic ends. As for those officers who have been taken, we can but hope for their safety. It's dragging up a lot of shit for me. What if that's what they're doing to all the berserkers they captured? Sorry, bad question. Walk straight to the bus and fill in from the back. Keep it quick and calm. No funny business.
How are you playing at? You can't just grab folk off the streets. I haven't even done anything wrong. Screw this. Did you see that? What the hell was that? Hey! You can't just take us away! Someone! Anyone! Help!
You need us.
I can't just sit and watch!
We shall ask for the final time, dear gladiator. Are you prepared for this battle? It's not a question, though. In the words of somebody else, it's not a question of can or can't.
Some things in life you just do.
Our foes may be unwilling to face you of their own accord, but that does not mean they will not defend themselves. To remind you that you may still choose to do nothing and silently await the end, such is your right. In doing so, however, Tokyo will most likely be condemned to yet another loop. I'm not gonna let somebody abuse power for their own ends. You will preserve yourself from harm, but your memories, you will not. I won't let that happen. I'm making this loop the final one. Right, little Salomon?
Right! Don't you worry about a thing, Master. Just leave it to your cute little Salomon. After all, this time we got a secret weapon up our sleeves.
Who's that? Hold a moment, young officers. I am afraid I cannot stand idly by and condone such senseless violence. It seems that you could learn much from the mercy of the Lord.
Who is this? Another recruit? Good timing. Get him in the back. Ugh! You dare defy the police, you miscreant!
As you wish, let us strike each other on the cheek. And we will see who can still turn the other when this is over.
What just happened? What on earth is that?
That, dear gladiator, is... No time to waste. We gotta help.
Here comes the cavalry!
It is one of my hot buttons to see people abuse their power to further their own ends.
敵対行動を確認。現時刻。
フィニッシュです。 大事なのはフットワークです。そう。ほら。
警告省略。
フィニッシュです。
Oh,
役らこで。ほら。フィニッシュです。
状況開始。
ほら。
警告省略。被弾しました。
フィニッシュです。大事なのはほら。フィニッシュです。大事なのはフットワークです。そう。ほら。フィニッシュです。フラットで。ほら。フィニッシュです。フラットで。ほら。
警告省略。
フィニッシュです。
状況開始。
天よ、その叫びをどうか我が回転の剣へと宿らせたまえ。ハットハヘルブハミトゥハペヘット。
I used 2 stamina points.
目標は維持。安全を確保。S モードへ遷移します。
They don't even count freaking They don't even count Jacob in the party. Alright.
Yo, we're going all the way in the police station? Just come get some. Now they're shooting at me.
So they really aren't police.
They're shadows. Watch out, Master! Danger! 6 o'clock.
Uh-oh.
This man's a one-man army.
Are you hurt? I'm still in one piece. Thanks for saving me there. Think nothing of it. If anything, you were the one to intervene on my behalf. You may call me Jacob. As for who you are, I think I might be able to guess. I'm Brandon. Of course you are. I'm glad to see I was not mistaken. Sorry if I'm being rude, but you can't see, can you? No, not in the same way most others can. I will not bore you with the sad tale behind it, but my eyes are now blind to the light of creation. However, the love within your heart shines as bright as the sun, even to me. I feel the grace and guidance of the Lord in our meeting here today. What was that? What's that supposed to... Oh.
Whoa! Whoa! Bullets! Bullets! Maybe we can do this later.
On my command!
Fire!
Switching to D mode. D blaster activated. Engaging. Confirm status. Are you safe, Brandon? Wow. So that gun is your sacred artifact? Response. My programming dictates that I solicit protection from others upon being summoned. I concluded that without my intervention, you, my current custodian, would come to harm. I didn't know. My directives prioritize data collection over self-preservation. To date, my analysis of enemy motives have been inconclusive. Conclusion? I require your aid. Corroborating, your safety is vital. Thanks, R19. I'm just glad you helped me. Anyway. All of our lambs have escaped, it seems. Good. This is not a place for innocents such as them. Their pleading gazes cried out to me as I passed by, and I fear I may have intervened without thinking. It was the same for me, so... Wait, you just winged the whole thing?! Now that takes me back! My pilgrimage follows no one's path. Wherever the wind blows me, wherever my heart guides me, there I will be. Literally, and Jacob appears. Now I believe we have given our foes time enough to rally. Shall we give ourselves up? A message just came from R19. It seems they turned themselves in to the police. Have you no confidence in your pledge, strategist of the summoners? Your concern is written across your face. Surely you know as well as anyone that braving this danger is in truth the safest path. Should your allies continue to fall, the summoner's position will grow more unstable. It's hard to believe that this is our best option, but the facts are what they are. It is dangerous to assume anything about a foe holding such an overwhelming information advantage over us. But analysis of what information we do have suggests our enemy is now aiming to pick off their opposition one by one. That leads me to conclude that we summoners are, in fact, not being spared. They are only saving us for after they have plucked the lowest hanging fruit. Indeed, we hesitate at our peril. For the noose will only tighten around our necks. If we would act, now is the time. However, as things are, we are on the back foot. It galls us to admit it, but their military strength greatly surpasses our own. So what is left to us? If we are powerless, we must convince the powerful to fight for us, ideally amongst themselves. We must not forget that the three true guilds appear to regard each other as their greatest enemies. Furthermore, we have seen for ourselves that none of the three are willing to lay a hand on our dear warrior. So we're sending our guild master into the care of the warmongers to turn them against each other. Precisely. As matters stands, our three foes all desire the same prize, but are unable or unwilling to seize it. Perhaps they have some sort of agreement in place, or past scoops advise them to do otherwise, or the time is simply not right. But whatever the reason, if the balance were suddenly tipped in one guild's favor, do you think the others would simply stand by? It's a dangerous gamble. If we provoke them too much, there will be no guarantee Brandon will remain safe. And yet, this is the path you have chosen. Braving and conquering adversity is the truest measure of a hero. Besides, we must not forget that we have our own battles to fight. Neither neither of us has any intention of leaving the heroics to others while we sit here twiddling our thumbs, do we? Of course not. We're going to fight this war our own way, starting now. Apologies for keeping you waiting, Shuichi. I hear you've made progress on analyzing the labyrinth. It was designed by Duo, the COD specifications, I believe? Correct! Honestly, I have only begun to fathom its secrets. It must be the most challenging test my brother has ever given me. However, we anticipate no major issues and plan to commence training as scheduled, so concludes the report. So that's the play they chose. A splendid move. I myself would have been proud of it. If only we could have expelled them from Penetentia Academy. If only we could have them expelled from Penetentia Academy and been done with them before our commander learned of this. Now that we have been officially commanded to keep the Summoners Guild Master under supervision, there's little we can do. Our foes have capitalized on our greatest weakness, confusion in our chain of command. Unintentionally, I am sure, but they have still made our lives far more difficult. There is also the replicant. Whether its involvement was planned or not, I cannot say, but it is closely connected to Plan B. In any case, we have preparations to make. I am sure the other guilds will already be aware of what has transpired here. Our leaders, and indeed all of the world representatives, are all competing for the same prize, the Guild Master of the Summoners. Now that the prize has fallen into our hands, the others will surely respond. We must be prepared. If we are not careful, we might even find ourselves the target of a two-pronged assault. We must be particularly vigilant against an incursion from the invaders to the south. There is nothing else for it. I must do this myself. Yasuyori, I leave Penetentia Academy in your hands until I return. I trust that you will do nothing reckless, at least until we have consolidated our strategy for the long term. As you command, Counselor. Is there anything in particular you would have me do? Let me see. Ah, yes. Once our trio arrives, have them assigned to Squad 26. 26? Wasn't that squad reserved for particularly notorious delinquents? Are you sure about this, Counselor? I cannot imagine they will be accepting of new additions. Quite certain. In addition, I would like you to place Squad 26 under your personal command. You may waive the memory recovery procedure for the Summoners Guild Master. There is nothing to be gained at present from supplying our enemies with more information. Oh no, give me the memories. Give me the memories. See what happens. See how that goes. Unless I instruct you to the contrary, treat them the same as the other inmates. And that will be all. Do you have any questions? Please forgive my foolishness, Counselor, but do you mean I am to monitor them? Yes. We may as well take advantage of having so many individuals of interest gathered in one place. It is a poor substitute for our commander's surveillance network, but it's not for our counselor to trouble their superiors. I suggest that you be especially vigilant when it comes to the Summoners Guild Master. Do not allow him out of your sight, not even for a second. Can I I trust you in this. Those two accompanying him present their own causes for concern, but I have no one else but you to hand. Leave this matter in my care, counselor. I swear to you, I will not fail. These summoners never cease to amaze. Who would have thought they would leap so fearlessly into their enemy's jaws? Let alone do it twice. Once in 1,000 lifetimes, I could never have seen it coming. Wait, we've done this before? I still have much to learn, it seems. Oh, and Yasuyori, one more thing. You must be tired of hearing this by now, but I will say it regardless. No one, and I mean no one, may be allowed access to the special containment unit in the heart of the Academy. If anyone comes into contact with the individual within, we will all suffer for it. It's still going. I thought the episode ended. Now it's time for the hard part. We're gonna search this place. Find Mononobe, Mr. Mononobe. Find our friends and break out of this jail. I need a break. I would binge this. I would totally binge this, but I need a break. Because this is gonna get it's gonna get heavy from here on out.